we get going, I'd just like to propose a toast to Novak again on your eighth title.
Sorry, I'm not.
Red champagne. You got the grape champagne. You have the white one. But congratulations, Novak, on
Thank you.
a magnificent match and also a 2-week event. And you know, from all of us, from our entire organisation, from people of Australia, thank you for your generosity that you've done also with the Rally for Relief and helping victims of bushfires. But thank you for what you do for the sport.
Thank you,
So
thank you.
on behalf of everyone, I'd like to propose a toast to Novak. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank
And
you.
then
Thank you.
now, no questions done. We can go now. Shall we?
Okay. Yes. Thanks, Greg.
Well done.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I know what he wants to say. I know what you want to say.
You can say also.
No, I want to hear you first.
Okay.
Please. Sorry.
Can I go?
Listen. Yeah, go.
I start.
Yes.
In 12 months, you won 3 slams.
Okay.
8 Australian Open. First time you come back from 2 sets down to 1. 2 sets down to 1. How can you improve your stats?
No.
You have to say not too bad. It's not me.
No, you go, please. Not
I think it's not too bad.
too bad. Okay. There we go. Not too bad.
What can you do to improve your stats? Because it's almost unreal.
Well, I thank you. I mean, of course, I am grateful to have an opportunity to win another Australian Open trophy. Obviously, at this stage of my career, Grand Slams are the ones that I value the most. They're the ones that I prioritize. Before the season starts, I try to set my form, shape for these events where I can be at my prime tennis and mental and physical abilities. And there are a lot of stats that obviously I am proud of, but they can't dictate my career. I mean, of course, there's a lot of history on the line, and I do have professional goals. You know, Grand Slams are one of the main reasons why I'm still competing and still playing full season. You know, trying to obviously get the historic #1. You know, that's other big goal, and put myself in this position that is really good at the moment, and I'm super happy with the way I started the season. You know, it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the year. I've had that privilege to win this big tournament for 8 times and start off the season with a Grand Slam win. You know, significantly boosts your confidence, and your expectations are quite high, you know, for the rest of the season. But whatever happens, the season is already successful. So what I can do still to improve, you know, there are many things on the tennis court that I can still improve, and that's something that excites me and that motivates me to go day in and day out with my commitments, with my practice sessions, because there's always something to work on, and there are always more trophies to win.
Novak, a year ago we sat in this room with you, and it was revisiting the zone because of the match you played against Rafa was so good. How do we talk about this one tonight?
Oh, turbulent, I would say. It started off really well. I broke his serve right away. I felt, you know, the experience on my side on playing many Australian Open finals, and for him it was first. It was probably, it was very important for me to try to break his serve very early in the match, which happened. He kind of broke back and got back into the first set, but I won the first set. Then I played a bad game in the beginning of the second, couple of double faults, and then I just you know, after I lost the second set, I started to feel really bad on the court. My energy dropped significantly. To be honest, I don't still understand the reason why that has happened, because I've been doing the things that I've been doing before all of my matches. So I mean, I was hydrated well and everything, but apparently the doctor said I wasn't hydrated enough. So kind of regained my energy and strength midway in the fourth set and got back into the match. I was on the brink of losing the match. Dominic, you know, is a fantastic tennis player that plays with tremendous amount of power in his shots, especially from the forehand side. He uses his slice really well, so he disrupted my rhythm in my game at one point, and he was a better player. I mean, he 1 point and probably 1 shot separated us tonight, and it could have gone a different way. I served and volleyed when I was facing a break point in the fourth and in the fifth. It worked both of the times, but you know, it could have also been differently. It's serve and volley is not something I'm accustomed to. I'm not really doing that often, but you know, I kind of recognize that as an important tactics that you know, in those circumstances, and I'm really happy it worked.
Here, Grand Slam number 17, now next to your name. What's the main feeling? Is it what we're amazing, or 4 more to go to get the return?
Both. I was sharing with you know, with my team and also with some other people just post match, you know, in conversations when they ask me how I feel. I feel exhausted at the moment. You know, it's been a very successful but long month here in Australia, and I'll probably won't be able to comprehend the achievements I had in my career, especially at Grand Slams, until I retire from tennis, because the intensity of the tennis season, especially if you're committed to play full season, which I am for many years already, is just it doesn't allow you to kind of reflect and enjoy the success of a big Grand Slam trophy, because already in few weeks time I'll be playing a tournament somewhere else in a different part of the world. So I don't take it for granted, don't get me wrong. I'm super happy and grateful and blessed, but at the same time I probably won't be able to go through all different emotions until I have some time and I relax myself with my family, and then looking at the horizon we can dig deep in the emotions.
Novak, what did you tell yourself at the end of the third set, and did you feel like you were feeling kind of physically good enough to come back?
I definitely did not feel good, and I didn't know what the next moment brings. I was trying to keep myself alive mentally as well and emotionally, because it was disappointing in a way from, you know, my side to actually feel this way. I was a bit shocked that I did feel that way, because everything was fine before the match. For first 2 sets, everything was okay. But you know, it's something that you have to accept that you're going through, and those kind of circumstances really kind of force me to let things go and to really try to be in the moment and fight my way back. As I said, facing a break point early in the fourth was a critical moment where things turned around, really. I felt, you know, I started to accelerate on my serve, I started to move better, and I felt that he started to make, you know, a few more mistakes than in the second and third set, and I felt an opportunity and I seized it. You know, after that, in the fifth set, it was anybody's game, really. And I knew that very early in the fifth set, it was crucial for me to make a break, because he you know, I had that mental edge again, and that was enough, you know, to win it.
During the match, when you were 1-2 down, stats came up that you never have won a Grand Slam final 1-2 down. I just wonder if this was in your head during the match. and on your well-being during the match on the TV screen it was shown that your team mixed something up, a drink or a powder stuff in each set, and Ball Boys was bringing it to you. Just wonder what it was and how it helped you with the well-being.
Well, I did not see the stats, and I did not know that I never came back from 2-1 deficit in sets in the Grand Slam final. So I wasn't really thinking about it. And the liquids were magic potions that my physio Uli prepares in his lab. That's all I can say.
You spoke a little while ago about the idea of historic number one, and that
Yes.
maybe sort of big picture competition that there is now between you, Roger Federer, and Rafael Nadal. I'm wondering, I would imagine at some point earlier on that wasn't even considered a possibility to you. I'm wondering if you can pinpoint a moment when that ambition became realistic to you, and you thought, okay, I am going to be part of that conversation.
Well, it was more about Grand Slams, to be honest. Throughout, especially the first part of my career, I was dreaming of winning as many Grand Slams as possible. And when I started winning a couple of Grand Slams a year, you know, with a few years in a row, that's where I felt, oh, actually I can, you know, maybe challenge Roger and Pete Sampras and, you know, all these guys that were winning most Grand Slams in their careers and the history of tennis. So the number one was not really in the equation for me until you know, I successfully finished as a year number one for several years in a row, and then I guess I can't identify exactly the moment when I started thinking about it, but you know, that's one of the two biggest goals for sure. I mean, there's no secret in that.
Since you did not try the champagne, do you not drink any alcohol at all? And what is in your bottle?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not wine. I thought you're probably thinking it's red wine. It's not. It's a hydration drink that I usually drink, an antioxidant drink. And no, I will not drink alcohol. I don't drink it in general. I don't enjoy it. So my brother will probably. Last week.
What was your observations on the two time violations you received in that game? And after the changeover, or during the changeover, you touched the umpire, which is a breach of protocol. Do you accept in the heat of battle, out in the heat of battle, that was the wrong decision?
I thought that the second violation was not necessary. The first one, fine, no problem. The second one, it's just not necessary under the circumstances for experience. Giant umpire, I thought that, you know, he probably, in my opinion, could have reacted a little bit better in that situation. But because, you know, this kind of things in games, you know, switched the momentum of the match, and, you know, it was a very important game, obviously, 4-all. I broke his serve back, got myself back in the second set, and then, you know, lost that game, and he won the second set, and then that completely changed the momentum of the match. For touching his shoe, I mean, I didn't know there was that's completely forbidden. I thought it was a nice, really friendly touch. I wasn't aggressive with him in terms of physical abuse. I just couldn't believe that I got the time violation that kind of disturbed me, and that's all there is to it. You know, verbally we did have some exchanges, but no insults, because if I did insult him, I would get a warning. Right now that you tell me that, I want to thank him for not giving me a warning for touching him. So that's all I can say.
Novak, you had this great comeback tonight, and you and the other two in the big three, time and again, managed to come back and triumph under incredible circumstances. What do you think, as athletes and people, are within you that enables you to succeed so often?
Well, it's hard to speak on behalf of Roger and Rafa. I mean, I obviously have utmost respect for these guys and admiration for who they are and what they have achieved and how they go about things on and off the court. I can speak in my own behalf. I mean, I think we all had different trajectories in our lives. I mean, we all grew up in different circumstances, in different countries, different upbringing. My upbringing was, in Serbia during several wars during 90s and difficult time and embargo in our country where we had to wait in line for bread and milk and water and some basic things in life, these kind of things that make you stronger and make you hungrier for success, I think, in whatever you choose to do, and that probably has been my foundation, the very fact that I came from literally nothing and difficult life circumstances together with my family and with my people, and going back to that and reminding myself where I came from always inspires me, motivates me to push even harder, and so that's probably one of the reasons why I managed to find that extra gear or necessary, I guess, mental strength to overcome challenges when they present themselves.